Today we're going to talk about poison. Some people accuse me of being a crazy conspiracy loser, and that might be true. However, they can't dispute the fact that when they turn their cereal box over, there's lots of things in the back of that box that you can't pronounce, and those things are poisons. You can really just type in the name of whatever chemical it is and type in effects to the human body, and it'll all be negative side effects to the human body. And after you research each chemical on the back of the box is basically saying to you, hi, we're here to kill you. It's basically what it is, okay? For those of you that don't know, your enemies are in high places, and they seek to shorten your lifespans, and they do this in many ways, okay? It isn't just with the food items. Sometimes the poison's hidden in the packaging of the food item. Give you an example, plastics. They'll actually make the plastic with the poison in the plastic, and then the poison will actually leach out into the food item as time goes on. And so they're able to get around things that way. And so the FDA's, they're constantly approving, and they've been caught many, many times doing lots and lots of things, which, we don't have time to get into. But it isn't just food. Don't get me started on prescription medications. Don't get me started on toothpaste. Don't get me started on the particular types of plastics the toothbrushes are made out of. Whether it's the styrofoam cup you're using at the gas station to get your coffee, to give you an example, you should have a stainless steel cup. You should never go in there and use their cups. If you're going to get coffee from somewhere, you need to make sure that they're not giving you already ground coffee, that they're actually grinding it there at the store, because the FDA actually allows ground cockroaches to be in there. So as a Hebrew Israelite, I recognize certain meats as being unclean for human consumption, which has caused me to be very conscientious of food products. And on that note, you can actually, they hide the pig. Believe it or not, your government will hide the pig in your food. So if you're trying to not eat pig, marshmallows have pig in them. American cheese has pig in it. See, these are things most people don't know. So why are they hiding it? And when you read the box, it doesn't even say, oh yeah, there's pig in this. It'll actually say, yeah, there's lactate. So you actually have to research, well, what is lactate? Oh, it's derived from the stomach of a pig. You see what I'm saying? Like, the way that they hide it, they're so deceptive, but one would have to wonder why. You're breathing in, especially if you live in a city, you're breathing the air. The air's polluted. They got planes spraying shit all over you. The water's polluted, and I know most of us don't drink from the municipal water supply, but we bathe in it, and there's so much chemicals in there that it actually absorbs into your skin when you're showering in it. And they even make shower filters and things to minimize this problem that we have, and people think, they're like, you're crazy. No, anything that can go on the skin or in the body of the goyim is poisoned. Now, of course, the package doesn't come out and say, hi, this is poison, because no one would buy it. They're very deceptive in how they word it on the back of the package. And, if you go to a different country, they don't have the same amount of poison. You can go over to Europe and you can look at the back of a box of cereal, and it's not going to have all those chemicals in it, but over here it does, and over here we have cancer. And then there's certain countries that these chemicals aren't allowed, and they don't have cancer. There's certain places where there's particular shots that newborns are given, and there's no such thing as autism over there because they don't give them those shots. And if you're able to connect the dots, you're able to look at that, you are a crazy conspiracy person. Congratulations. So I wanted to bring some attention to it. It's literally any way they can possibly get it into you. So a lot of people have become conscientious of this. And if you want proof that I'm not just crazy, all you got to do is go back and look at, I think it was Whole Foods like 10 years ago. There were people trying to stop Whole Foods Market from opening all over the United States, they did not want the goyim to be able to get non-poisoned food items. And you can really just look back and say, okay, who did it bother that we were going to have access to these non-poisoned food items? Not saying that everything at Whole Foods is non-poisoned, but I'm just saying that the fact that there were people who were actually active in trying to stop a store like that from opening is proof that I'm not just a crazy conspiracy loser. So I pray that I've brought you a little bit further in understanding, made you a little bit more conscientious about the types of, hormones that they're putting in the meat, the types of deceptive ways that they're hiding these chemicals in there, because it's really sad for me when I see people and they're like, I'm 35 and I got cancer. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, this person's never going to put 2 and 2 together to equal 4, that it's what they're consuming that's doing this to them. They're probably going to, think it's genetic or whatever, and it's a sad thing. We are in the condition that we are in because we are trusting our enemies to feed us. Have a blessed day. Shalom.